believe all of us, I'm pretty sure, yeah, all of us are on the healthy breakfast, the Herbalife breakfast. And you guys are also starting to share the healthy breakfast with everybody around you already, right? And some of you guys are new, some of you guys have been on the breakfast for a while. Like myself, I've been on the Herbalife breakfast for about 4 years already. So, and it's really helped me improve my health and also my my general nutrition a lot as well. So today we're going to talk about the general concept and the philosophy behind it. Okay, so in Herbalife, the breakfast is actually the universal business approach. So what do we mean by universal approach? Okay, it's basically something that everybody needs. Okay, I'll give you guys a quick example. Okay, something universal, for example, PC, like a Windows PC computer, right? Everybody has it. I know some of you guys are probably using Mac. I know Fiona is using Apple Mac.
Yeah.
All right. So quickly, right? So when Steve Jobs actually invented Mac computer, he made it into a great product. It was really one of a kind, but it was really pricey and it was not really affordable for everybody. And then along came, Bill Gates. So he basically, took on, he basically invented the same system and everything, but it was different. But he made it very affordable for like almost everybody to have. So that became like a very common household item, right? So that is actually become more universal. Like everybody can afford it, and it's very useful. Everybody needs it. So that is in every household. So our founder Mark Hughes has this mission. His mission is to bring the Herbalife breakfast into every household, so that every family actually should be on the Herbalife breakfast. So that is his mission, and also that is our universal business approach. Before we help our clients with anything, we need to think about, okay, our client actually needs the breakfast first before we talk about anything else. Okay, so that is our universal breakfast approach. Oh, by the way, if you guys have any questions or if you're not following, just stop me anytime. Yeah, everybody okay?
Okay.
Okay, it's just really weird because I'm looking at the screen and I can see myself and I'm talking to the screen. So, okay, bear with me if I'm, not doing a great job, but, it's my first time. Okay, right. So, why breakfast, right? Okay, so a lot of us actually don't really eat that well, and then you can see in Hong Kong and worldwide, like we eat, I don't know, a lot of food that's high in sugar, that's high in fat, like people don't think about what they eat, what they put into their body. So when we ask the question, where does the bad nutrition begin? So it actually begins every day in the morning. Okay, so you must be thinking, okay, right, why in the morning? I thought bad nutrition might start from like parenting or might start from school. Okay, so let's look at why. All right, so there are three common types of breakfast that people eat, in the modern society. You guys can give me examples, right? So first type is carbs-based breakfast. Can some of you guys give me some examples of carbs-based breakfast?
Toast or waffle.
Yes, that's right, waffle. Oh, there's a picture of waffle right there. Anything else?
Oh, bihun, no noodles.
Yes, that's right.
餐蛋面.
What's that? Oh, that's instant noodle with eggs, right? A muffin. I used to love eating muffin for breakfast. Okay, cool. All right, and then the second type, the so-called balanced breakfast that still has excess carbs. Okay, so you guys can think of a lot of things like the traditional English breakfast. Can someone give me some examples that seems kind of balanced but still has a lot of carbs?
What's it called? I forget what it's called when you have the egg and salmon on top of the bread.
Okay, right, like the fancy Instagram breakfast.
Oh, MELTET, I know.
Yeah. Okay, like avocado on toast and things like that, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. I've got some of the pictures here as well. It's like, oh, it's got eggs. All right, eggs are good. Okay, but then you have the bacon and you have like the pancakes and everything. Okay, cool. Second type. Third type is no breakfast. Who here used to skip breakfast? I used to skip breakfast. Oh yeah, skip breakfast big time. Yeah, so that is actually very common. I'm sure you guys can think of people who are still skipping breakfast right now. Okay, right. So these are the three common types of breakfast. So what happens when we eat breakfast that's high in carbs, that has nothing, or that still has excessive carbs? Okay, it leads to very poor choice of diet throughout the day. So here I just quickly got a picture of a Western, like a choice of Western bad diet here. But next time I can chuck in some like Chinese and Asian diet as well. So this is the result of a bad breakfast. When you don't eat a good breakfast, you basically you tend to go for food that is high in sugar, high in salt, and very fatty as well. Okay, so why is that? How does it work? Okay, let's look at this. Anybody got any questions so far?
Nope.
No? Okay, cool. So you guys are listening, right? Okay, good. I know you are. I can see your faces. But by the way, you don't have to take notes. I can give you guys this presentation notes afterwards and along with some supplementary materials as well. If you want, you can take notes. But it's very important to be present. Okay? So thank you guys. Okay, so let's look at our body. So our human bodies are made of 100 trillion cells. And our body actually, in order for the cells to work together, for our body to function, we actually require 114 different nutrients. Okay, so when we actually look at our human body, we have to think about the fact that we're eating to feed our cells. Okay, we're not eating to satisfy our desire. We're eating to make ourselves feel good, or I don't know. You can give me different reasons why we eat, but most importantly, we're eating to feed our cells, because our cells need the nutrients to restore, to repair, and to rebuild. Okay, all right. So here's a little bit of a science, in simple sort of terms. What happens with the food that we put into our body? Okay, so what happens to the food that goes into our body? They basically get broken down into two elements. Okay, so two elements. First element that is energy. Okay, so the food that goes into our body gets broken down into three main macronutrients. Okay, we have the fats, carbs, and protein. And what they do is they provide our body with energy, so we can function. We can think, we can run. We can do whatever we want. And the other element that the other element that the food gives to our body is building materials. So that's what happens when we are sleeping at night. Those nutrients actually help our body restore cells and tissues. Okay, so two elements that the food does to our body: providing energy and also providing building blocks, building materials to build our bodies. Okay, so here we have this little information that I got from the corporate training. What we ate yesterday gave us energy and nutrients to regenerate cells and tissues of our body. Okay, so the food that we eat during the day goes into the energy for our functions and for our activities, and at night the nutrients actually help our body restore cells. So what happens in the morning when everything is gone into the work, and when the nutrients are spent? We wake up with nothing, right? We wake up empty basically because everything's been spent. So when we wake up in the morning, our body demands 140 nutrients. Like seriously, maybe sometimes we don't feel it. We're like, yeah, I don't feel hungry. How do I know if my body's like hungry and starving of nutrients, right? But that is just how our body works, regardless if we feel it or not. So what do we give our body when we wake up? Sugar or nothing? Okay, well, obviously it's not people like us, but most people out there are still feeding their body with sugar or nothing in the morning. So sugar basically comes from carbohydrate, right? When carbohydrate goes into our body, it becomes simple sugar. Okay, so that is what happens when someone eats a very carb load breakfast. It just becomes sugar. Or if we skip breakfast, we're just feeding our body with nothing. Okay, cool. So here's a little chart. I know a lot of you guys have seen this at the club and have seen this with me when you have done a wellness analysis. So very often we actually present this chart to our clients. And when we present this chart to our clients, and also to ourselves, everything becomes more clear. So remember our first type of breakfast, the carb-based breakfast. So you guys can actually have a read of this here or just listen to my simple explaining. So what happens when we eat carb-based breakfast? Okay, so it actually spikes our sugar level, it just shoots our sugar level high, and very quickly it actually depletes as well. So when we eat carbohydrate, when we eat sugar, it actually triggers our pancreas to release this hormone called insulin. Okay, so insulin, what insulin does is actually regulates our blood sugar. And you can see over here, it says that insulin removes sugar from our blood and turning its excess into fat. Okay, so what happens is, like when we eat something that's very carb-based, especially simple carbs, right? Our sugar level goes up and very quickly it depletes. Okay, so what happens when our sugar level drops? That's when our body kind of goes a bit panicky, goes a bit crazy. That's when we actually need to eat more carbs, right? In order for the blood sugar level to go up again. So you can see how this cycle repeats in our body for about 2 to 3 times a day, and very often, during what do you call mid-morning, a lot of us actually will probably crave some kind of snack in order to replenish our energy again, right? And then after that, we get hungry again. So when it comes to lunchtime, we're like, okay, I need carbs, which is why very often people go for, carb-based lunch again. And what happens after eating a very carb-based lunch, okay, the sugar level drops, very soon, like an hour or something after lunch, that's when we become very sleepy, our body probably craves, I don't know, sugar again. So this is how the whole cycle goes up and down a few times a day. So it is a very vicious cycle, and you can see why we tend to choose the bad food when we're actually eating a carb-based breakfast in the morning. Okay, so the next one is when we skip breakfast. When we have nothing in the morning, okay, similar stuff happens. The similar sort of like sugar level up and down happens again in our body. We basically start with very, very low blood sugar level, okay, as opposed to a very high blood sugar level when we have nothing in our body. And, we go to work, we're feeling very sluggish and our body craves something, right, in order to, basically bring the blood sugar level up. So very often some people will just go for like a very sugary latte, coffee with like, I don't know, muffin, or I don't know, if they don't eat that, right, they'll probably just wait till lunchtime comes. Okay, when lunchtime comes, they go crazy, so they're gonna go for a carb-based or something very fatty. Yeah, I don't know. You guys can give me some examples of something that's very heavy in carbs and heavy in, fatty meat or heavy in sodium. Can someone give me some examples of a very, sorry?
Fried rice. It's one example of fried rice.
Fried rice? Yeah, fried rice. Yeah, that's very common. Yeah. Anyone else?
Hamburger.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For
It's got,
breakfast.
it's got carbs, sugar, and fat and everything else. Yeah. Anyone else can give me another example?
Yeah, I can have like rice with curry chicken or something like this.
Oh
With the
yeah.
gravy.
Oh yeah. We all know how good that tastes.
Yeah.
And we all know how you feel after that.
Yeah, that's right. So if we look at the graph, right, like our sugar level is so low and we just don't feed our body with anything and wait. Okay, free meeting ends in 10 minutes. Please upgrade. What?
Oh no.
It's
Do I click on stay with free? I think we can actually, what happens is once
the
we get
vlog
timed
info.
out, I can create another link, just a new meeting, and I'll invite you guys in again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we experienced the same thing before as well. So
Yes.
no panic. Did they say 10 minutes or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. No worries. I'm gonna finish this in 10 minutes, okay? And then we can start the next chapter after this. Okay, so you guys get the idea, right? So it's actually the same pattern, when you skip breakfast and also when you eat a carb-based breakfast, like your blood sugar goes up and down in emotion, and that really kind of like screws up your food choice for the day. Okay, so we want to have a very balanced breakfast. We call it the protein balanced breakfast, right? So you can see the chart here. Okay, I'm not gonna look at this tiny little chart here with you because I'm gonna go straight into where's my next. Oh. Okay, great. We're gonna go into this slide. So what is a good breakfast? What actually makes up a good breakfast? So a good breakfast should actually provide our body with vital nutrients. Okay, it should provide our body with good energy, and it should provide our body with a lot of good hydration, water, and also most importantly, it should help maintain a really normal blood sugar level in our body. So you can see here, the graph here is what we saw previously under the two graphs, right? When we eat a really, really ideal good breakfast, which provides our body with all these good elements, our blood sugar level actually is at a very steady state. It doesn't go into like a very extreme sort of up and down. right? And the insulin level is actually very steady as well. So by having a good breakfast that actually regulates our blood sugar level, it actually basically manages our, you can put it this way, it manages our choice of food. Because we're actually not in the state of like being super hungry and our blood sugar level is not super down. So when it comes to lunchtime, when it comes to dinner time, we know what kind of food we should put into our body. You know, we're not like, oh my God, I need carbs. Oh my God, I need fat or something like that, right? So we know, okay, it's my lunchtime. I'm feeling reasonably okay. So I know that I need to go for a very balanced meal for my lunch and dinner. Okay, right. So everybody okay here so far?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so where can we get ideal breakfast? We have the ideal breakfast here at Herbalife. Okay, so before we actually introduce our products to our clients or before we share about the products to anybody, it is very important for us to educate our audience about the concept of our healthy breakfast. It usually comes in 3 steps. So you have step 1, cleansing, okay, and step 2, energize, which is our tea, and then step 3 is the nutrition. So all of us are on our breakfast already. We drink the aloe vera as we wake up in the morning, which cleanses our intestine. And then we put the tea into our body, which helps us energize. And it also helps us boost our metabolism. And then after everything's done, after our body is ready and cleansed, it's ready to absorb nutrition. Okay, so before we go into the products, right, I want to show you guys this picture here I found on the internet. Why are we drinking the aloe vera? Okay, so inside our intestine, right, when you cut it open, there's a membrane. There's a membrane inside our intestine. And what makes up the membrane is those little fine lines, or they look like fingers, called villi. I love the way Chris does it because he always uses fingers, right? But here you guys can see the picture here. Okay, so the villi have a very important function of absorbing nutrition for our body. And it's very important for the villi to be healthy and clean. But because of accumulation of bad food, you know, like excessive sodium and excessive, you know, sugar and also preservatives and additives, these villi become very, very tired and clogged up, so that they actually lose their function of absorbing good nutrients. So you can imagine, even whatever we put into our body, they just don't get absorbed, you know, by the villi, by the intestines. Okay, so that is why we have to have our aloe vera. Okay, now you guys can see the little descriptions of each product, right? So step 1, the aloe vera for cleansing and hydrating. The aloe vera goes into our intestine and cleanses those little villi so that, you know, our intestines are, you know, healthy and happy, you know, and also at the same time, the aloe vera provides our body with a good hydration. Remember, when we wake up in the morning, our body is super dehydrated. We need a hydration. So we need to give our body the hydration with a boost from the aloe vera. Okay, so step 2, do you guys remember what is step 2?
Herbal tea.
Energize.
Energize, exactly. So we'll go back to it. Step 1, cleanse and hydrate. Step 2 is energize. So that is why we have the herbal tea. I know I think Fiona was saying herbal tea. Exactly. This is what a herbal tea does. You know, it's a natural energy boost. It's antioxidant. And I'll try not to use the word fat burner here, because very often people will get a wrong impression that if I just drink the herbal tea, it will just help me burn fat. I don't need to do anything else. So, you know, it's very important for us to be mindful of the words we use when we describe the tea to people. So we cleanse and then we put the tea into our body to energize. And when we drink the tea, there's a good way for us to replace coffee as well. So very often people have the habit of drinking coffee in the morning, and you know, and that becomes like an addiction for a lot of people, right? So during like a healthy breakfast program, it is very important for us to tell them that, you know, hey, maybe you should try to let's replace your coffee with the tea in the morning. Okay. So and then step 3 is nutrition. So and this is when our F1 nutrition, F1 shake comes into place to give our body the vital nutrients, and it provides our body with, you know, 9 to 10 grams of soy protein, and it is very low in calorie and high in nutrition. So this is why, you know, this is the perfect meal, you know, for our body to have. Okay, everybody's got anyone got any questions so far? No? Yeah. I can't see your face, so I don't know.
No.
Okay. Okay, sorry. So because I got rid of that screen, so I can't see your face right now, but you guys can nod or shake. All right, so here I have a very simple table. This is just an example to show you guys the basic nutrition programs that we put together for our clients. You know, after educating everybody about the concept, the science behind our breakfast program, then we can actually bring out the actual products and show them, you know, like we actually usually package 1, 2, 3, the aloe vera tea and the shake together as the basic program. And you can see the figures here are in Hong Kong dollars. And very often we actually add a booster to our basic program. So here you can see set 2, healthy breakfast protein set. We add a PPP, performance protein powder. In Singapore, you guys call it F3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Personalized.
yeah, and in Singapore, they actually package the 4 items of the breakfast set, the protein set, and the fiber set together as like a proper package to sell.
Yeah.
Okay, but in Hong Kong, we can do the same as well, right? We can be creative with the packaging. And another booster is the apple fiber, active fiber complex. This one's really good for people who have digestive issues and also those people who are not eating enough fiber, vegetables and fruit during the day. So this actually is a really good booster for those people who are struggling with toileting and struggling to have enough fiber throughout the day. And step 2 with the protein booster, this is good for people who are trying to gain weight or also they're actually struggling to get enough protein in the normal diet. So this becomes a really good booster for them to have during breakfast. Okay, anyone got any questions so far here?
It's less than 1 minute.
Okay, right. Thanks for the timekeeper, Fiona. And we're very lucky now. We just got a new probiotic launch, and this is also a really good booster for the breakfast. So Singapore and Hong Kong, Taiwan, everywhere we have this well.
Bye-bye.
So who's having probiotics so far right now? I'm having it. I'm blending the
I
shake.
have it. I
Awesome,
just have
awesome.
it.
We can talk about probiotics in another session. Okay, so today we're not going to talk about it, but it's super good for people who are trying to fix their gut health as well. Okay, right. So I know we have less than 1 minute. We're probably going to get cut out anytime, but it's okay. We can come back in. So results from day 1. So when we introduce a healthy breakfast to our clients, right, immediately in the first few days and in the first week, they can actually start to feel some improvement in their body, whether if it's energy improvement or appetite improvement, improvement in sleep or digestion, or whether if you know, they have migraines or headaches, you know, they go away as well. And maybe like, you know, very simply the general well-being is improved or the mood. And you know, those of you guys who have done our 10-day weight loss challenge, you know that in 10 days when you fix your breakfast, you get a really good weight loss as a result of that, right? So which is why I put that size and weight change as the last item, because we don't want the focus to be on weight loss here. We want the focus to be on fixing main nutrition first. So when you fix your main nutrition, weight loss will come as a byproduct. To my share screen in a second.
Jing, I have a question.
You have a question?
Hi, Mac.
Hello?
Did you say you have a question?
Yes.
Yes.
The protein booster, right?
Mm.
Basically, it have mostly protein to add, right? But it have, I think, 5 grams per scoop, when the shake itself have 9. So what's the reason to add actually the booster?
The reason to add booster is actually, say, for example, right, if you want to, okay, I'll give you 2 cases, right? First case, for people who want to gain weight. So by eating extra protein, that actually helps the body, you know, to build muscles, right? Like the amino acids and the protein goes into body to build muscles. So it's important for them to start the breakfast with a, you know, protein heavy, you know, slightly more protein heavy breakfast versus someone, you know, who just needs like a, you know, moderate, you know, adequate amount of protein. Okay, and then another reason to add the booster, the protein booster, is so that when you have more protein in a meal, it's actually more satiable. You know, it keeps you.
Yeah, no, I understand the point. Again, I have the Formula 1, right? How is how much protein you have in the normal shake, the regular one?
9 to 10 grams. You can say average
Okay,
10
so,
grams. Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, the booster have 5. So why just not add 1 more scoop of the shake, and instead of the booster?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Got you.
of F1.
Because then you're basically getting more protein and more nutrients instead of boosting with the protein booster. That's the question.
I got you. Yes. So, I mean, for someone like you, right, or someone like Ziwei, because you guys are very active, then you can actually do double, or triple the amount of the F1 scoop. But for people who are actually trying to, say, maintain the weight and just want to boost the protein, right? Sorry. Okay, F1 has the protein, but also has, the carbohydrate, the healthy fats, the minerals and, fiber and everything else. So that if you double the amount of F1, then you're actually doubling the amount of everything else as well. I mean, which is good too, and also it doubles the calories as well. So if you want something that's low calorie but only just the protein, then we suggest just do the F3, the PPP, because that one has no sugar, right, and no fats, and only protein.
Actually, it depends on the client's height as well. If the client is very tall, I tell them 3 scoops of F1.
Cool. How about Ziwei? Do you have like your professional view on this that you can help Max?
Well, I mean, it depends. It
That's
depends
just a
on.
quick demo.
It depends on. Oh, okay. Depends on the individual. It depends on the individual because if you're looking to put on muscle mass, all right, okay, you definitely want a little bit more protein inside. If you're looking for maybe, you're feeling lethargic in the morning and you want more energy, you need more vitamins and minerals in the body, yeah, then you can go for 3 F1s, However, I do notice that the F3 is pure whey protein, it's just pure protein powder. And there's some experience in research plus my own experience that if you increase the protein intake, it can increase the neural focus also in the daytime, sustainability of energy levels also, but it's not going to be as good as like dumping the tea. You need the tea to keep the energy levels running. Nevertheless, it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for pure building up of muscles, with low calories of what Jane said, yeah, fair enough, you might not want to add in too much F1s, because calorie count might go up a bit more. And then again, like what Chris says, someone who's taller, like me, 1.8, if I'm taller, my energy output during exercise is going to be a lot higher and my energy requirements is going to be more. So definitely more F1 is going to be needed. However, that doesn't mean that you ditch the F3 because, if I'm taller, I might need more protein.
Yeah, basically the F3 is very customizable. For example, sometimes I do 1 scoop of F3 in the morning with 2 scoops of F1. But maybe after heavy swimming or some exercise, I'll just do 1 more scoop of protein. And it's personal. You can adjust it. That's the good thing about the F3.
Yes, it's very versatile actually. So like some days you can do 2 scoops, some days you do 1. And like for me, lately I've been doing 2 scoops of F3 with my F1 for the morning because I want to have a more, protein heavy breakfast that can actually last me even longer, right? And depending on my liquid base as well. So some days I don't have any milk or soy milk at home. I just use water, but I use extra F3 because I want to have the extra protein to go with my shake. So I do that extra just to basically make it more sort of like sustainable. Yes. Does that answer your question, Max?
Well, it's like a half. It's not a full answer. I'm not sure if, again, I didn't talk to clients yet, so I don't know if it's like can really convince them on the explanation if they will get to the point.
Actually, I have some practical advice.
Okay.
So for Asian clients, for example, girls, usually we focus for them to use the F1 first without the F3. Especially those who don't exercise a lot and they're trying to shape up. So when they just focus on the F1, they'll lose weight faster. And then at the second stage, when they want to firm up a bit more, then we add in the F3.
Okay, why is that?
Because with the F1, it's easier to digest. So F3 is extra protein. So initially, when you're working with Hong Kong people, they don't drink enough water, they don't eat well. So without the F3, sometimes it's easier for them to digest and they lose weight a bit faster. And once they've lost the weight, they've gone into looking to shape up a bit more. The extra protein would help them increase their muscle mass a little bit, especially if they're active. You know, the protein requirement would be going up.
I understand. Well, the only reason I see legitimate in the explanation is that it's basically lower on calories and higher in protein, like in comparison.
Yeah, I
But
guess
it's got a little bit to do with the digestion as well. The two different aspects, you know.
Okay.
I got one more point regarding about this. It depends on the nature of your clients also. Like, do you have clients who are, looking to just aim for weight loss or sports performance or bodybuilders? Because I do know bodybuilders, right? When they are approaching the bulking phase, they go heavy on the F1. Some bodybuilders I know who I've heard and seen who are on Herbalife nutrition. They go higher on the F1, but they don't forgo the F3 because they want more protein. However, when they're approaching the transition into bulking and into bulking phase, cutting phase itself, from bulking to cutting phase, what they do is they cut down on the F1 and go heavy on the F3 because they want the dryness of the muscles. They want to preserve density and the more definition, so they go for a higher F3 to preserve protein. And F1, they will not totally ditch it. They will minimize the intake because it contains a lot of other nutrients which will absorb and hold water. Like it has fiber, it has multivitamins and minerals. You still need the multivitamins and minerals to transport the protein nutrients to the muscle cells. However, this is what they do to preserve density of the muscles.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, because according to the numbers, so basically the F1 have 10% of protein and the F3 have 20% or 25%.
However, then again, what you said, I feel that if you're looking at weight loss clients or individuals or athletes looking to perform on
that's what I'm saying. So you're playing with the protein according to their needs.
Yes, you need to tailor it. But then, you I wouldn't recommend too much of an imbalance in protein or in F1. I recommend still the recommendations for F1 and F3 for people other than maybe the bodybuilders, because you need a healthy amount of protein, but you also need the good balance of vitamins and minerals for absorption, for energy levels, and for recovery from sports. Yeah, you get what I mean, right? Yeah, so the one serve of F1, which is 2 scoops of the F1 and the 1 scoop of the F3, will be a good combination from my experience for recovery.
Awesome.
Okay.
You happy with that, Max?
Yeah.
Cool. No worries. Like we'll leave a lot of Q&A later as well. So thanks. Yeah, if you guys have any questions along the way, just raise your hand and jump in. Yeah. So we were at this slide before. Okay. So basically, these are the results our clients will get after they change their breakfast nutrition. Okay. So here. Okay, this slide I really like. Okay. So what happens, you'd be like, okay, so I have a weight loss client, they want to lose weight, okay, or I have someone who wants to detox, I got someone who wants to improve skin, whatever, right? Everybody has their own personalized goals, their own individual goals, okay? But whatever it is, we always bring their awareness to the breakfast nutrition. Everything starts in the breakfast, because when we eat a good breakfast, we actually get it builds a good foundation for our nutrition for the rest of the day, right? So as a result, our body becomes healthier, energy improves and everything else. And then we can actually look into the more personalized program, right? So like it's actually very easy for weight loss, you know, when they actually have a very nutritious breakfast, which is very high in nutrients but low in calories, they actually lose weight, you know, as a result of that. You know, comparing to what they used to eat for breakfast, which is, you know, muffins and waffles or whatever crap, McDonald's, right? This is already replacing all that crap by giving your body the nutrients, yet at the lowest calorie possible. Okay, so that's why they get a result. And also, once they fix the breakfast nutrition, we can introduce them into like the next stage, which is a personalized program. You know, that could be things like add on the F3s or add on, you know, fish oil, for example, and you know, whatever the need is, you know, we can actually play around, you know, with different products to come up with a personalized program for their needs. Okay, so this is how we actually retain the customer. You know, once we fix the breakfast and then we actually get them onto a personalized program. And then what happens after that? You know, sometimes we'll probably get customers asking us this question, right? So if I have achieved my weight loss result with you, can I just stop it? Do I have to keep on using the product? Can I go back to my normal breakfast? Have you guys got that question from anybody yet?
Yeah.
No? Yeah? Oh, you guys are lucky. Yeah, I get that question from people all the time. Like, oh, how they're gonna ask things like, firstly, they're gonna ask you about the price, right? And then secondly, they're gonna ask you, how long is it gonna take, you know, for me to lose that amount of weight? All right. And then thirdly, you know, okay, once I've achieved my weight loss goal, you know, do I just stop it? Can I go back to whatever I was eating before? You know, can I go back to my normal breakfast once I achieve my weight loss result? Okay. So how would you guys answer that? Can be anything. There's no right or wrong.
I reckon what I'll do is I mean, in the start when you know, educate them in the sense that what you get from the shake is basic level nutrition, like all the vital nutrients that you need in the meal, especially in the morning. So from my experience, when I say that to them, automatically that may be a question, or may not be a question, but as the program goes on, they don't really ask any questions. They just ask for a shake because it seems that they get it that, you know, this is the basic needs, and, you know, if we deviate from that, you know, everything that the structure they've built for a healthy, active lifestyle will just crumple.
That's very true, because very naturally for a lot of clients, once they start to experience, you know, the benefits that they get from the breakfast program, you know, they automatically want to stick with it. Because, you know, here's the thing, we have such a great breakfast already. Why do we want to go for another alternative, right? Which is most likely, you know, not as good, right? Like, I'm that confident. You know, I know nothing's perfect. I know like Herbalife is not perfect, but I believe, you know, I mean, all of us are already on the ideal breakfast already. Why do we even want to look for something else, right? And it's at a very affordable price as well. So if we can have this great nutrition for breakfast for the whole day continuing, why do we want to stop it, right? So this is actually where the whole momentum goes, you know. Well, my apology if I'm not actually explaining it really well. Like Chris or Ziwei or Fiona or Shifeng, any of you guys can actually jump in and ask me questions if you're not following, right? So, okay, right, okay. So you guys are okay with this? So basically, what we do is we bring the customer's awareness to the breakfast. Once we fix the breakfast nutrition, we actually fix the foundation of the whole day nutrition already. And as a result, their body becomes healthier. And then the next stage after the breakfast nutrition is to customize, you know, something even more for their, you know, next level goal, next level needs as well. So that whole relationship we have with our customer will just go on, because we're always there along the way as the coach to help him, you know, maintain the good health or to improve even more. And then, you know, this just kind of like goes on forever, continuing. Yeah, so this is how we maintain the customers, which I think is actually very important for us to look at this graph here as well, and to get an understanding of why everything starts from the breakfast and why is it so important. Yes. Okay, so this one is my favorite slide because how do we introduce our breakfast to people? Okay, there's so many ways to introduce the breakfast to people. And we can look at this, you can see here we have weight loss challenge, social media, fit club, nutrition club, wellness evaluation, and transformation programs. Okay, these are all our channels. We can look at this as our distribution channels for us to distribute the breakfast program. Or we actually call them daily method of operation sometimes. So whichever way is easier for you to remember, you can pick that. Like over here, we're very used to using the word DMO, daily method.
DMO.
Yeah, DMO, right? Well, it has another meaning, but I'll tell you guys another time. So it's a Herbalife term, DMO, daily method of operation. So everybody has a different DMO. Some people are really good with social media. Put your hand up if you're doing social media already. Looks like almost everybody's doing social media. Okay, great. Social media is really probably, in my opinion, the most effective way in this day and age to spread a message and also to promote, your services and your products or even yourself. So yeah, and also we have weight loss challenge. We have weight loss challenge that's happening offline and online, right? And yeah, offline and online. And we have Fit Club, which a lot of you guys have already been, and we have our Nutrition Club, which everybody has been, right? And we have your wellness evaluation. Wellness evaluation can happen anytime, anywhere. It can happen online. You can send like a wellness evaluation in a form, in a type forms of format, send it to someone, a lead, and then you get back their results, and then you can carry on the conversation from there. Or you can do like a sit-down evaluation with your prospect. That's also another good way to introduce, someone into our breakfast. So speaking of wellness evaluation, next Thursday, 10 p.m., we'll be talking about wellness evaluation. There will be a training on wellness evaluation next Thursday. Okay, so if you guys like what we're talking about today, next week is going to be even more amazing. Okay, and then we have transformation programs and things like that. I'm sure there's so many other channels, so many other strategies, approaches you guys can come up with, which are also really good ways to distribute the breakfast program. So here I'm just kind of presenting you guys, some of the very common and very popular distribution channels that we're already using and which have actually, proven to be quite effective for all of us on the team. All right. So do you guys want to let me know? Like, do you guys want to tell me what is your favorite channel? What's your favorite DMO so far?
Wellness evaluation and social media is the most convenient for me.
For you, right? How about Fit Club? Well, you're running bootcamp right now, right? How's Fit Club for you?
Fit Club is good. However, I feel that Fit Club is very dependent still on social media and wellness evaluation, because if you don't get evaluations done or then the message out, then you will not get participants or challengers coming in for your Fit Club. Yeah. Okay. So the Fit Club is a nice channel. However, to supplement it, you need this the wellness evaluation and the social media to to really keep it more sustainable.
Okay, so in your opinion, it needs social media to support the Fit Club. Okay, right. Yeah. From my experience, Fit Club is actually a channel for people to come in. I mean, this is something I'm sharing with you guys, right? Like for your future DMO, you can also, have this on mind. So you can actually open up a bootcamp, have Fit Club. And this is when you actually massive invite. Just get people to come in and do the exercise with you. And then after the exercise or before the exercise, it's actually your chance to give that person a wellness evaluation. But of course, we're not talking about like a very, extensive, very long, sit down 45-minute evaluation. It can be just a quick Tanita body scan. And and we can do in a group scenario, like if we scan 10 people and sit everybody down, and then we do the analysis all together and just do it nice and fast, just get a message across. And then importantly, after the analysis, we get the breakfast message across as well. That education of the education of breakfast nutrition is really important to get that across to their mind. And then that will actually start to trigger their thinking, like, hey, what do you eat for breakfast? Sorry, I missed that out in our slide previously. The important question of tonight's presentation is, what do you eat for breakfast? So when we actually introduce our breakfast program to our prospects through all these channels, right, we have to ask them that very important question before we do anything. is, what do you eat for breakfast right now? Yeah, everything begins with, what do you eat for breakfast? So no matter what kind of conversations we have, like whatever it is, as long as we ask that question, this will actually get people to like, okay, it will stimulate something in their brain, right? Like, what do I eat for breakfast? Why are you asking that question? Okay, what do I eat for breakfast? Okay, so so if you guys want to know, like, how to get their attention into talking about breakfast, or how to carry on a conversation where you can lead their attention from breakfast to our products, I actually have a really good PDF of all the scripts you guys can actually take a look at. So I'm going to, after the video training, I'm going to send all that into for you guys. Actually, I'm going to put it on our team sharing folder on Google Drive, so all of you guys can actually take a look at it, right? So that actually complements our training today. And in fact, my training today is actually based on a president team members breakfast training, Leo Whiteman. I believe some of you guys have heard of him. So my training tonight is actually based on his really amazing breakfast training. And I'll send you guys a link to the 2.5 hour video. You can watch in your own time. It's really, really mandatory. I seriously think all of you guys should go and watch that video. It's very life-changing. Okay, right. So before we conclude our training, our main philosophy, I want to get this across to everybody, is that we're here to help everybody get their health results. We're not here for their money. I mean, as a reward, we make money from this business, but before we help everybody, we have to think about how can we help this person.
It's
rather
11
than...
o'clock.
What was that? Was that
It's
Chris'
11.
computer?
Oh,
It's like, whoa, where's that creepy tummy telling me it's 11 o'clock? Yeah, I know, I should wrap it up soon, right? Yeah.
wondering
So,
where did that come from?
all right. So when we are trying to help someone, instead of thinking, how can I milk every cent from you? We're going to think about, how can I help you? How can I cater for your needs? All right. How can I help you get the results? So that is the essential message of today's breakfast. How can we fix their nutrition? How can we help them get the results? So anyone got any questions?
Yeah, I wanted to ask quickly, for the protein shakes, the breakfast shake, can you prepare it the night before, or does that damage everything?
No, you can't. You have to prepare on the day, and you have to drink the shake within 30 minutes. Don't leave it for more than 30 minutes or an hour.
Okay, I didn't know about this.
30 minutes, only 30 minutes, because the nutrients will get oxidized.
Oxidized. Ah, I get it. Okay.
I've had people who did it before because they think, oh my God, in the morning, I don't have time to prepare that. So I just blend the whole bottle for my whole family, put it in the fridge, and I drank it in the morning, and you can try it. Trust me, it won't taste as good. Firstly, the taste will not be as good. And then secondly, the nutrients will be lost. It will be damaged, basically. And also another tip while we're talking about this, some of you probably come across some clients who will ask you, can I have my shakes warm? Can I have a hot? Okay. So you cannot. You shouldn't have a warm or hot. You can have a room temperature, right?
40 degrees, 50 degrees still okay, but not anything above that.
Yeah. I mean, warm, I think there's like 40, 50 degree, room warmish, that's okay. But anything that's like a latte or hot chocolate is not good. It kills the nutrients. So, like we're in Asia, we definitely have a lot of clients, like, especially female clients who are very anal about, TCM, traditional Chinese medicine kind of concept, like we cannot eat raw and cold things. So what do we do about the shakes? Okay. So shake itself is not cold or raw or anything like that. It is the ingredients that we use to blend the shakes that makes it raw and cold, right? Like in Chinese, we'll call it 三蓝叶. So it's the ingredients we use to make it very raw and cold. So we can actually make the shakes of a warm sort of quality by blending the shake with different ingredients. For example, ginger, cooked root fruits like cooked taro, cooked sweet potatoes and pumpkin, and beans as well, cooked beans. And what else? You can try tofu. You can blend the shakes with tofu as well. So all of these, we can play around with, and we can give those recipes to our clients as well. And if they do want to drink the shake, at a very, comfortable temperature, especially in the winter morning, we can suggest them to warm up the cup or the glass with hot water. Okay, warm it up, and then make the shake at room temperature, and then pour the shake into the warm cup. Okay. that's what I suggest some of my clients to do, rather than making it like piping hot or something like that, right? This is actually probably the best suggestion, or what Chris suggested, 40 or 50 degrees, temperature for the shake. Yeah. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And one more. Can you make it into, like, instead of having a shake, can you make it like a parfait? Like if I mix it with yogurt and then just like layer with fruits and then yogurt.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can do that as a snack. So you can get like zero sugar Greek yogurt
Mm-hmm.
with just mix it with a shake powder.
Yeah.
So that can become like very nice dipping, and then you can mix it with granola or fruit or something like that.
Right. Yeah. So I was going, instead of having it as shake, like blending whatever, you just have it like you mix the powder with the yogurt, so that becomes your protein liquid part, and then you just layer instead of blend. You're just layering basically.
You can do that as an alternative for your breakfast if you say on some days you feel like eating something, right? Like if you don't always want to drink your shake, then you can do that. Or you can do like a smoothie bowl, like a very thick smoothie bowl, like
Yeah, basically that's kind of what it is. So I'm just
sorry, what were you saying?
yeah. No, like because is that the same thing? Like having a parfait is the same thing as a shake, or is it just because yogurt heavier? Is that why you would not recommend it?
It is not the same, I can tell you. Okay. You still absorb the F1 nutrition from the powder that you put into whatever food you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, you're absorbing, the extra fat and the protein from the yogurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, oh my God, 10 minutes. Okay, let's wrap it up in 10 minutes. Sorry, we're almost done. And then at the same time, you can add, you're absorbing, different nutrients from the fruits and whatever you mix into your parfait. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're absorbing extra calories and extra nutrients. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It just depends on what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to have if you're doing like a weight loss program, like this period of time, this 1 month, I'm focusing on, cutting out extra sugars and extra carb intake. I'm focusing on the good nutrients and low calories. I would not suggest you to do that. You can do that as a snack, but if you do that as a daily breakfast, I probably wouldn't suggest that. Yeah, that's just my perspective. Okay, if any of you guys have any other views, feel free to share that with us.
And I think the beauty about us coaches is we use our own body as tests what works for you and what doesn't work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously with the yogurt, even with the shake, it's really easy to put too much fruit into it. People think, oh, fruits are so full of vitamins and nutrition. Put some strawberries, wild berries, then put some mango. So when you blend it, you really don't know how much fruit you're putting in there. So the general guideline is about half an apple or a handful of fruits, or half a banana. And for people who are really looking to lose weight, that little extra bit, then we'll warn them, the banana might be a little higher. But in general, you can test it out. With the yogurt, I don't think it's a huge problem as long as you're using those fat-free Greek yogurt that doesn't have the excess sugar in it.
Yeah.
A little bit of fruit and a little bit of chia seed, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you get your result, you can teach your clients how to get a result.
Yeah.
And we can always borrow each other's stories to inspire your clients as well.
Right. Yeah. Because in that way, everyone's like, oh, you don't have to have a shake every morning, but it's kind of like you're doing the same thing, but you're just showing them a different way to have it, like the parfait style or like acai bowl kind of,
The thing is, in Hong Kong, most people don't have time. You have different clienteles, right? But those people who don't have time already, they're telling you, oh, I don't want to have shake every day, and they end up eating the croissant on the way to work. Mm-hmm. Then you have to, sort of tell them a bit stronger, have the shake first,
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we finished the training already, and we still got like another 5 minutes or 7 minutes left. I just want to actually devote this time to each individual of you guys. Like you can actually, you can choose not to share. It's okay. But I will really encourage everybody to share with the group. Like, what exactly are you working on right now? What are you working on this week? We're talking about Herbalife business. Okay, I mean, we can share about fitness and everything later, but what are you working on this week for your Herbalife business, and what are you looking to achieve in the next say 1 month? All right, let's start from you, Ziwei, because I'm
Um,
thinking ladder view again.
I want to get 3 more customers this week, help 3 more people. All right, and of course, in a month's time, if you're aiming for 3 solid customers every week, aiming for that goal, I should get in months, 3 times 4, 12 customers. So that's a goal I set for myself. 3 customers a week is not too much, to be very frank. It can be done. I've done it before, so yeah.
Awesome. All right, we're here for you. All
Great.
right, and who wants to go next? No one? Shifing?
Well, I'll go next. And
Okay, cool. All right,
when-
Max.
when- I'll go currently is our meeting on Sunday with 4 of my clients. So that's number 1. After this, it's 2 more clients that are interested, and then probably 1 more client is also interested. So it's like 7 people that's already probably might change their breakfast already.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good job.
So,
Yeah.
so I hope this one like within the next week or 2.
Amazing. Cool. I'll be there to support you on Sunday. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And how about the girls, Fiona or Shafin?
Hello.
Yeah. I can't see you, but it's okay. What are you working on right now for your business, and what are you looking to achieve for the next 1 month?
Working on the social media, of course, because it's the easiest way. And then I will have my first client end of this month. Still have a few days to go.
You
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah, that's what I want to achieve.
Okay, awesome. I'm there for you. Okay, we can
Thank
do it.
you.
All right, and then Shafin?
For me, I actually, while we were having this, I just had an idea, which I want to pass by you guys, like you and Chris particularly. But yeah, this philosophy, like we're here for the results, not for the money, is basically exactly what I live by. And I guess my goal is I'd love to build that community that, that they have in the States, that vibrant, fun loving entertainment kind of stuff. So we don't have something like that in Hong Kong. So I just, pardon?
Fit Club.
Exactly. So Fit Club's the
have it.
first thing that's doing that. Exactly. That's what I mean. So I just thought, so I've been working, there's the Beach Fives on March 17th, which is, I don't know if you've heard about it before. I used to run the netball for it. I've done it for 4 years. So they have rugby, netball, and dodgeball on the beach in Repulse Bay. I just had an idea. Maybe we can, if I contact them, if they're willing, maybe we can have a booth there or have a fitness portion there, and that'd be a great outreach kind of place. And also it has a lot of sporty people, so maybe we can find partners and people wanting to come on board as well.
Cool. We can talk more about that later. That's a really good initiative. Yeah, we can definitely play around with it, like looking at how to collaborate with different people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Because I know your strength is in events, right?
Right. Exactly.
Cool. And how about Chris? Just quickly, make it short. We only have a few minutes left, please. I got
This
one.
week, still looking at all the office stuff. Really excited for the Hong Kong market. We're potentially having a second space, looking for more business partners. And this team training has been great. I have a couple of new clients out there, who's trying the probiotic, following up on them, and a couple of distributors coming on board who's strong on social media, yoga teachers, reaching out to all these different yoga teachers to talk about collaboration with the space, telling about the Herbalife opportunity, and really growing Singapore, Malaysia, and Hong Kong. So I'm really full on and really looking forward to work with you guys and brainstorm and really grow the team.
Awesome. Thanks. And okay, then it's my turn now. I want to share with you guys what I'm working on right now and what I'm intending to achieve. So I'm actually working on basically getting this team together. Like this is a great start tonight, and I'm very happy that I finally put my ass into it and do something for the team. So I'm working on supporting each one of you guys for your business growth, and also for your own fulfillment as well. Like you come onto this team, every one of you have your own goals and your whys. So I'm here to support you guys, and I'm here to help you guys to get customers, make money, and also get your happiness from this business, right? So if this is only the step one, there's going to be a lot of fun, steps carrying on for the rest of this journey. So let's do this. And okay, what I'm looking to achieve in the next 1 month. Well, I'll tell you what I'm looking to achieve in the next 1 hour. I'm going to come up with my 90-day plan in the next 1 hour, and I'm going to share with you guys. And also, I want to invite you guys to do the same with me. So after the video, is it okay for you guys to go back and come up with your own 90-day plan? So we're talking about February, March, and April. Come up with your own 90-day plan for your Herbalife business and also for your personal life. I mean, the personal life one, you don't have to share with me, okay? But think of, what you want to achieve in the next 90 days. And then you guys can share with me in private. And I'll be there to come up, to help you and to give you the support and reviews. Yeah? Everybody okay with that?
Yeah. Maybe me and Jing can share some guidelines of the things, how to do a 90-day plan.
Sure, we'll share that with you guys, yes, after the video, because there's less than 1 minute left. I'm looking at the time. So I don't want you guys to get cut off and get, hung up in the middle of a conversation. So yeah, it's been a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you, each one of you guys, for tuning in, making your time. It's like being 1 hour and 15 minutes to spend time together. Let's do this again next Thursday. And let's make it regular, once a week, or even maybe twice a week in the future if we need it. And if you guys have any questions, just feel free to, message each other. We'll create a WhatsApp group so we can support each other.